Now, even though I can't speak for everybody, I plan on purchasing a ton of new dividend-paying stocks and ETFs in the upcoming week. And this is because I'm sitting on a decent portion of cash balance, but on top of that, I have different stocks and ETFs in my portfolio that you can see right here that are going to be paying me dividends over the next few trading days. So that means that I'm going to have plenty of money to buy and add new positions to my portfolio. Now, in this video specifically, we're going to go over 10 different dividend-paying stocks and or ETFs that I plan on watching or / buying in the upcoming trading days. And even though there's not necessarily screaming deals throughout the stock market as of right now, I think we can all agree on that there are still different stocks or ETFs that could be offering a buying opportunity. And we're going to be going over every single one of those that I see fit as of right now. So if you want to see which 10 stocks and ETFs I'm talking about, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. Real quick, for those that haven't already, make sure to go to the first link in my description and grab my new dividend investing ebook, where I share exactly how I went from $0 invested to now earning over $6,000 on a monthly basis and over $1 million invested in the markets. Along with the ebook, you're also going to receive my custom dividend tracker, where you can track your dividend progress on an ongoing basis and reach your dividend investing goals. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. The first single stock on my watch list for this upcoming week, and a stock that I'm thinking about purchasing some more shares of. I haven't added to my PepsiCo position in a while, but this one is still on my watch list. If this one gets around the $160 range for whatever reason, and if it offers a starting yield north of 3.4%, ticker symbol PEP will definitely find itself in my shopping cart in the upcoming week. Now, I've held PepsiCo for years, and this stock has done nothing but pretty much traded up and to the side and paid me more and more in dividends over time. But as you can see right here in the 5-year average, it is offering a larger starting dividend yield than we've seen over the last 5 years. The main reason I'm interested in grabbing some more Pepsi is honestly specifically because of the dividend growth rates. I'm trying to get as many different higher yielding, safe, or dividend growing stocks and ETFs in my portfolio and build a portfolio that I'm going to be very fond of in the upcoming years. So PepsiCo is number 1 on my watch list. We'll see what happens with this one. The next position I'm going to be adding more to this week is a newer position I just started adding to. This is the Fidelity High Dividend ETF, or ticker symbol FDVV. And to be completely honest, I just came across this ETF maybe in the last few weeks. I did a video on it and I looked pretty deeply into this one, and I really like so far what it has to offer. It's not necessarily offering a massive buying opportunity by any means as of this moment, if you ask me. But this ETF over time has grown significantly because of the basket of holdings that it tracks, and on top of that, it has paid more and more in dividends consistently. Now, because I'm mostly still building out my SCHD position, there's going to be less cash balance deployed into this one, but this is going to be an ETF that I'm going to grab maybe every 3 or 4 days, every 3 or 4 trading days it is. The next ETF that I'm going to for sure grab more shares of in the upcoming trading days is JEPQ, the JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF. This is an ETF that I've held for years now across my portfolios, and not only does JEPQ pay a ton of income on a monthly basis to investors like myself, and like a lot of you guys, but also JEPQ has grown like crazy, as we all know. Now, because where JEPQ has been trading as of recently, it has found itself in my shopping cart over the last few weeks, and as long as JEPQ is still offering even somewhat of a buying opportunity, I'm going to continue to add more shares of JEPQ to my long-term portfolio. Another single name that's almost at this point not offering a good buying opportunity anymore, in my opinion, is Realty Income, or ticker symbol O. Now, I was buying Realty Income well below $50 per share, which honestly feels like yesterday at this point. And even though Realty Income has recovered significantly since the most recent lows, it still is offering a potential long-term buying opportunity. And I've been grabbing Realty Income almost every single week since I started trading around 7 or 8 years ago. Now, where Realty Income is trading as of right now, you're only getting a starting 5.4% forward yield, which is small considering Realty Income was offering much greater than a 6% yield just a few months back. But still, with Realty Income's 5-year average yield being 4.57%, you are still getting this one on a potential discount. Although Realty Income does have a little bit of trouble ahead with some other tenants, Realty Income is still one of my largest holdings across my portfolio, and I will most definitely be grabbing more Realty Income in the upcoming trading days. Speaking of high quality REITs, I do have Agree Realty on my watch list. I wish I would have grabbed more Agree Realty when it was cheaper, because believe it or not, just a few months back, Agree Realty had a starting yield of well north of 5%, now just 4.36%, which is still much higher than the average starting yield of 3.89%. But the story when it comes to Agree Realty is basically I'm just trying to build out a long-term portfolio with some of the highest quality stocks and ETFs across the entire market. I love having exposure to real estate, hence why I own so much Realty Income, of course. But Agree Realty, to be honest, is that stock, is that position I wish I had a larger portion of. So Agree Realty is on my watch list. If this one dips maybe below $65 per share, I'll probably grab a few more shares to my portfolio. A higher yielding ETF that I've been buying very consistently as of recently is SVOL, the Simplified Volatility Premium. Probably my favorite ETF across the entire market, or stock for that matter, that yields as high as it does. And this is because, at least so far, this ETF has pretty much traded sideways over the last 2 or so years. But along with that, has been paying massive dividends consistently every single month. Ever since I bought into SVOL, I've received more or less 30 cents every single month for every single share that I have. And now that I'm getting to the point to where I have hundreds and hundreds of shares, the distributions are definitely starting to add up. Now, like I sort of mentioned, even though I'm not necessarily a super high yield chaser, I don't really like investing into stocks or ETFs that might offer north of a 15% yield. As far as that category goes, as far as that vertical goes, SVOL is one of my favorites across the entire markets. Another ETF that I'm going to grab more shares of, who would have guessed it, I'm going to grab more shares of my favorite, SCHD, or the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, still trying to gather as many shares as possible. And now that I'm almost at 650 shares across my portfolio, it is starting to get interesting. Because now if and when SCHD does another dividend increase, hopefully as the quarters move forward, my 600, hopefully soon 700 shares after those dividend increases are going to really propel the forward dividend income for my portfolio much more than even the previous dividend did. Now, I mentioned this in previous videos, so in case you guys missed it, I'm trying to get to around 750 shares a minimum by the end of this year and 1,000 shares if all goes well, or if I just start to buy more and more aggressively. But either way, whatever happens, SCHD, the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, is still on my daily buy list ongoingly. A few more ETFs and stocks I'm looking to buy this week or watching. SPYI, another one of my higher yielding ETFs that I've been buying very consistently, and again, another position that even though this is offering an 11 or 12% yield, I still think that SPYI is very safe relative to other stocks and ETFs that might offer similar performance. Now, last time I checked across all my portfolios, I think I'm sitting on nearly 400 or 500 shares of SPYI across my portfolio. So I think I said a while back, I'll probably keep growing this position until I'm to maybe around 1,000 or 1,500 shares, and then probably move on from there. But we still have a lot of ground to make when it comes to the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF. So SPYI will most definitely be on the radar, most definitely land in my shopping cart in the up and coming days. Now, 2 more single stocks I'm going to be watching / buying. EPD, Enterprise Product Partners. I do have some covered calls that are probably going to get called away when it comes to this one because EPD has performed very well over the past several months. So if those get called away, and honestly, even if they don't, I'll probably grab more Enterprise Product Partners to add to my portfolio for a long-term position. This single stock, as far as a higher yield there, starting at a 7% as of right now, has done amazing over the years. I can't really remember a single time that EPD has lost me money. All EPD has done over the years that I bought this one is paid me dividends, paid me more in dividends, and then get called away if, of course, the share price moves up. So EPD will find itself in my shopping cart in the up and coming trading days, whether it's a small position or a massive one. We're gonna have to wait and see. The last single stock that I'm going to grab even more shares of, I've been building out this position slow and steadily, is Main Street Capital, now only offering a 5.77% yield. And this is because Main Street Capital has been rocketing lately. The 5-year average yield is 6.53%, currently 5.77%. So is Main Street Capital a great deal as of right now? In my opinion, absolutely not. But is Main Street Capital probably going to keep trading at least sideways or up slowly from here and pay not only dividends, but pay special dividends on top of that? In my opinion, there's a good chance it might. So for those reasons, more Main Street Capital is going to remain on my watch list. And like I said, I'd be surprised if I don't grab at least a few more shares of Main Street Capital throughout this next week. So as of right now, that's more or less every single stock and ETF that I'm going to be either watching and or buying over the next trading week. And like I said, even though it's more or less the same, there are some growth names across the market that have been beat up quite a bit due to earnings. So we're going to watch and see how things play out. But now lastly, most importantly, I want to hear from all of you guys down below. What are some stocks or ETFs that you're going to be either watching and or buying in the up and coming trading week? Leave it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by. And if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.